Hi guys, Lady Random here and welcome back to the Simpletons SMP server. Look what I made! She says if I can find F5, there's F5, yay! So, the tree, it's not finished. It's not finished, however, we've actually managed to make baubles. Or Christmas tree lights, whichever way you wanna describe it. A little bit of work can probably be done on the placement, and actually, to be fair, we could probably do with cramming a few more on there. And apologies for the rain and the particles and stuff like that, but I wanted to show you this in the dark, just so you can kind of get the full effect on it. So these are lamps that are made. Now, some of them are made out of, so these are architecture craft spheres, which are very cool, and I just like the pattern that's kind of come on them as well. So architecture craft spears, however, what I've used to make them is, and I need to go back to the Erebus actually, because I want some really nice proper yellowy ones. These are made from the from red gem blocks, so the Erebus red gem blocks. We've got ones down here that are made from glowstone, and I've just chiselled those into kind of like the smooth pattern. They look a little bit like gold disco balls, don't they? Which I think is quite cool. I just wish I could find something that's sort of silver that kind of has the same effect, because that would be a proper disco ball thing going on. All of the other coloured ones are made with the Silence Gems lamps, and I've got them inverted so they basically light up. So they are all then go through the architecture craft workbench, and you make them into this sphere pattern, and then you get lights. So I think they're really cool. I think we're a little bit limited on some colours, so I could probably sort of do with sort of getting a few more gems and things like that, and that's what I'm saying, it's not quite finished. When the lamps are not inverted, the colours are a lot more vivid, but of course they don't light up. So you could use the non-lit version as baubles, and then maybe do a little bit of sort of chiseling bits, if it will work, on the top of each to kind of make like the little bauble, you know, the little things that have the strings that you hang it on the tree with. There's probably a technical proper name for those, but I don't know it, quite frankly. But yeah, so I kind of thought that came out really well, and it was one of those things. It was an experimental, will it work with architecture craft and any material. So I'd never made silence lamps before. I'd never done silence gems until this pack, and the same with architecture craft. I've never used architecture craft before, and I've sort of really have no idea what you could do with it, but I'm actually pretty pleased with the outcome. So what I thought I'd do is just do a little bit of a sort of a show of what I did to make it. So I guess probably the first thing to do is let's start with the architect saw bench, which is the key thing that we needed in order to, wow, look at me typing capitals and not spelling, and not really be able to do very much. So architect's workbench, which is this item here. So this is architecture craft, or architect saw bench. So for that you just need sticks, wooden pressure plate, you've got a large pulley, a circular saw blade, and iron ingot. So circular saw blade, not too difficult to make. It's actually quite similar to making a gear, just with a stick in the middle. So you've got your iron ingots and a stick there for the saw blade, and then the pulley, again, really easy. You're just looking at any sort of plank and a stick. So that's actually a really cheap item to make, but you can do so much with it, it's just very cool. I love it. So basically you click onto it, you put your material here, and then what you've actually got is you've got different categories of items that you can do. So for roofing, if you're looking for stuff to actually do sort of more intricate roof designs, you've got that there. So you've got your rounded, which is what I was using here. So I was using this, the sphere, but you've also got cylinders and things like that. Now I've got some ideas for these. for the Christmas hacks that I'm wondering whether we can kind of that and a bit of a combination of some chisel and bits, whether we could make something quite fun with that. Then you've got classical, which is where you start to get all of your columns. So you've got almost like your sort of Greek columns there. So let's see, the columns like Darry used for the library. You've also got some sort of angular bits. That's a bit like the Pantheon kind of sort of Greek temple-y triangle-y bits and stuff like that. You've got windows, so you've got window frames that you can make there as well. You've got arches, and I think some of these were actually used for the maze, for the hedge maze for the Halloween hex. So I think that must be how that was done. You've got railings, and this I absolutely love. This is up there with one of my favourite things. That you've got the balustrades and you've got the railings, so you can make really nice staircases and things like that. And other, which is sort of just like your panels. I don't know what you call that shape really, slab stairs, sort of your corner bits, and then your little cut out bits there. But it just means that you can pretty much make any material that you like out of those. So yeah, I was using that. The only thing you don't have control over is size on those. That, you know, they are block sized effectively, because it would be nice to maybe have some sort of slightly smaller ones that we can make little fairy lights with. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, you can't control the size of what you make. However, you can control the material. So the lamps themselves, again, super easy. I'm actually going to go and grab some gems, because I'm still busy kind of going through. We've not got too many left to sort through now, but they're all still going nicely and busy filing themselves away, and then once that's done, I'll sit there and rearrange everything. When I'm looking at weapons and armour and stuff, I'm wanting to use the higher grade gems, but I still have a whole load of very low grade gems that we could use for this purpose. So I haven't used any of this, but we've got some moldavite. So I'm going to grab let's grab some moldavite, and we'll actually use, oops, really, come on, we'll use that to make our gems. Now I could pull them straight out of the inventory, but I've just got no idea of telling what the gems are, so it's better that I don't. So let's go with just typing in lamp. So you can see what we've got here. So we've got the red gem lamp that you can make from Erebus. So the lit and unlit versions. You've got obviously your redstone lamp. You've got all of the fancy lamps from Bibliocraft. But what we're interested in is these. So these are your silence gems lamps made with each of the different gems. So you can see when they're, as they are, you could put a redstone signal to those, I believe, and that would light them. But as they appear, they will look like that. So the colours are much darker. However, when you get them to being inverted, which is when they're lit. If you say, for example, let's have a look, that's fine. So you've got an amethyst lamp there. When you light it, if I can find amethyst somewhere in here, she says, where are you, amethyst? You're kind of purpley. Amethyst lamp inverted, there you go. So you've got that is when it's lit, and that is amethyst just as it is unlit. So yeah, you can see there's quite a colour difference. So these are great for lights. These will probably make quite good unlit baubles. So let's have a look. So what you need to make your actual lamps, you need glowstone dust, you need redstone, and you need your gem. But what we'll do is, I've just got that there. I've not got any amethyst. I'm going to use the moldavite and pop that in there. So that gives us these moldavite lamps. I'm just going to take one of those out. Now what I want to do is make that inverted. So I want to make that lit. So it will kind of look like, where's moldavite in here? Oh, cat's eye, that could be quite pretty. What you need to do, there we go, there's the inverted moldavite lamp. What you then need is just the normal lamp and a redstone torch. So let's do that. We can make a redstone torch very quickly. So just grab one piece of redstone and a stick. Just one stick. Perfect. We managed to get 2 bits of redstone there, but never mind. We'll take our lamp back for a second, just very quickly. Just craft ourselves a torch. Take that out. You can get away. Pop our torch and our lamp in, and there we go. We get our inverted lamp, which is cool. So what we can now do is take that over to our architect's workbench. We'll pop the material that we want to use in there. As you can see, we've selected the round, and that gives us our sphere. So you can pretty much, so you can choose whatever you want with these, whatever shape you want. But with the sphere, that gives you your lamp there, and you can actually place that. I was really pleased to find you could actually place that on leaves, but yeah, there you go. So they're pretty big. Like I said, they are like the size of a block, but when you're making a huge Christmas tree, then to be fair, size matters. Size does indeed matter. So where was that little, we're flying around then, I noticed there was a little bit of a bare spot. That'll do. So what we can then do is just go boom, place that there, one moldavite lamp. So I think that's kind of given me actually the next material that we could use for our lamps is that we haven't got any kind of nice lime green ones, so I could probably make a few more of those, and that will sort of fill some of the gaps in. But yeah, that is the lamp. So I'm intending to obviously finish making that off, maybe make a few more tree decorations. However, the Christmas hex is now up and running, so I think it's warp, if I can spell. Warp Christmas? Yeah, perfect. So this has taken us over, and this is our beautiful snowy Christmas hex. Now I say, oh wow, that'll be, I think Darry's been busy with a gingerbread house over there. I'm not going to go too close because I know she's still working on it, but we've got our little job board down here. Our very own giant Christmas tree is going to be on top of the hill here, and we've got this hex, and I think we've got, whoops, are we out of, oh dear, what's happened to our, are we too far away? Must be too far away. Do you know what I didn't do? I didn't set my thing going, did I? Yeah, I didn't set my chunk loader going again. But yeah, so we've got a couple of hexes. It's going to be spread again. So we're going to have a snowman competition, which will be really cool. And we will be having a variety of other things. I'm just trying to wonder why. I've noticed that I'm getting a lot of, like, the blocks aren't looking nice and smooth when you look away. I'm getting lots of dotty lines around things. I don't know whether that's my settings. But yeah, so this will be the hex, and so yeah, there's going to be sort of snowman competition, so a bit like the pumpkin competition that we had on the Halloween hex, and various other things. There's been lots of other builds going on, so that is something I'm going to be involved in, I hope, quite heavily, because I'm very keen. And we also have a very large drop down there, which I really don't want to fall down. So this is all the things. We've got the Christmas tree, a Christmas village, so all the symptoms, we're all going to be involved in that. Snowman decorating, what else have we got going on? Pixel art, a snow globe, so Desert Rat's going to make it a snow globe. So yeah, Darry's gingerbread house, the magical holiday forest, which will be really cool, Santa's workshop, Santa's sleigh. I am, ooh, that's good to know. Sunshine flowers do not melt snow, so we use those as lighting. That is good to know. And we've got a whole load of supplies there, loads of Silent Gems blocks that people have been busy collecting, which will be really cool. Loads of wool and everything like that. I wonder who's done all this. Is this Winry that's done all of this? Because I know she was doing stuff. I think Desert Rat has donated a load of spruce leaves for the tree. So yeah, we've got tons and tons of materials. I'm going to grab a little sign, because what I'm going to do hopefully is Secret Santa. So that's what I'm going to do, is Secret Santa. Do you know what? Let's actually do that properly. That's going to bug me. Let's just do it at the top. Secret Santa. There we go. So that is my plan. So again, if anybody is interested in the Secret Santa on this, goodness, on this server, then let's click the waypoint. Amazing. Then please drop me a DM on Discord, and I will add your name to that. And what we'll do is, let's say next week we will draw. We'll say next week, probably in the next episode if we can. We will make sure that we've got everybody matched up with their Santa and their gift and their giftee, etc. So what I might do is I probably will build for the area where we'll actually put our Secret Santa. Maybe we'll have that either underneath the Christmas tree, or I might build a little kind of like well, I say little, probably a giant, maybe a giant stocking or something like that, with where we could have all of the chests for people to put their Secret Santa under. So please, 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 let me know. We've only got really sort of 3 weeks to go until Christmas, so it's not a lot of time. So it'd be good to get that organised ASAP. But yeah, there we go. So that is what is going on the SMP server. So I will be cracking on hopefully over the next sort of few days and so, and start looking at my own little builds and things that I can add into this, and I'll try and get involved as much as possible with all of the things. So I think, you know, any free time I have in the evenings where I'm not able to get onto my desktop will be on the laptop making loads of baubles and things like that ready for the Christmas tree, so we can decorate it, so I can put loads of those down. And also I believe there is a recipe within Pam's, I think, for sugar cane, for candy canes, which could be quite good fun, that I found, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. So it's, oh, Silence Gems candy canes. I was looking at this and it was like donuts and stuff like that, which I was kind of like, But it comes up. There we go. Literally, sugar and red dye. How difficult is that going to be? And that gives you candy canes. Now, what I don't know is whether you can actually hang these on stuff. Do you know what? Let's pop back home just very quickly. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Let's go home. More to the point, let's go and hit our chunk loader so we can actually start. There we go. Is that going to give us our flight back? Yeah, that's better. That's better. We can fly again. Yay! I just want to have a look at the candy canes and see if you can actually do anything with it, or whether they are literally just edible. If they're edible, that's good. I'm okay with that. So we needed, what do we need? Boom. 4 sugar and some red dye. That's going to make 6. That's going to make 6. Let's have a look. Let's get some red dye out of our old inventory. Let's go. Red dye. Do we have any red dye? We do. We have a red dye. Don't have very much red dye, to be fair. I'm about to go and plant some flowers. So red dye in there. Sugar arranged like so. 6 candy canes. Can we put them on anything? No, it does look like it is just an edible item. Can't hang them. Nope, you can just eat them. Okay, but that's fine. I'm not unhappy about that. Not unhappy about it. It doesn't give you very much in the way of food, but then they're not necessarily particularly good for you anyway. But hey, there we go. So we have candy canes. Yes, we have candy canes. Yay! Woohoo! But yeah, so we'll call it an episode at that point, and hopefully over the next coming episodes, we shall just keep everything nice and festive because I love Christmas. But for now, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we shall see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.